Two young divers ignored their instructor's warnings and insisted on exploring a secret underwater cave. One of them made a strange move that ultimately cost his companion's life. In 1983, Richard and Clark agreed to dive into Jacob's Well. After passing through the first three relatively spacious chambers, they reached the entrance of the fourth space and noticed that the gate, which originally blocked the passage, had been destroyed. Next to it, there was even an inscription left by other divers. "They want to keep us out," but the path was extremely narrow due to fallen rocks and debris. To proceed, they had to remove their oxygen tanks and push them through by hand. However, as soon as they entered the fourth space, Richard, who was ahead, suddenly made an extremely strange movement and started swimming toward Clark. That was when they realized what had happened. A loose rock had fallen from the ceiling and struck Richard's oxygen tank, severely damaging it. Quickly, Clark removed his spare regulator and placed it in his friend's mouth. Now, trapped in a tight and dark space, the two tried to return to the surface, sharing the same oxygen supply. They knew that ascending too quickly could cause fatal decompression sickness, so they maintained a controlled pace. But this created another deadly problem. Their oxygen was running dangerously low. By the time they reached the second chamber, they were surrounded by complete darkness. Suddenly, Clark heard a muffled thud. It was their oxygen tanks hitting the cave ceiling. That's when they realized the worst. They had swum into a dead end. Desperate, Clark took a deep breath from the tank, signaled to Richard, and swam alone in search of the exit. He dove 7 meters deeper until he finally found the main tunnel again. Then, he ascended another 8 meters and saw the exit. His chest felt like it was about to explode, but he clenched his teeth and swam up another 7 meters, finally breaking through the surface and gasping for fresh air. But as he looked around, he noticed something terrifying. Richard had not surfaced. Clark immediately called emergency services. 50 minutes later, the instructor arrived with the rescue team. The divers quickly descended and, deep inside the cave, found Richard's body. His oxygen tank was completely empty. No one knows what he went through in his final moments. The instructor, looking at his student's lifeless body, felt an overwhelming sense of guilt. But the most terrifying part was knowing that this would not be the last tragedy to occur there.